Greetings, YouTube. I saw an article the other day, and it was talking about the danger of menstrual apps. So why is a menstrual app dangerous? Well, they're gathering information, and those apps are not going to say no when the government comes knocking. Because as we know, in the United States, more and more states and the federal government have decided that the biological clocks of the women in America are more important to them than the women in question. That state has a vested interest in whether someone is carrying a fetus or not. And if that fetus disappears, well then, that is something that they may actually criminally prosecute. So menstrual apps, which can tell someone within that company when your menstrual cycle stops, can be fed to the government so that the government now knows your menstrual cycle has stopped. So if your menstrual cycle starts back up again in less than 9 months, then you're probably going to be investigated for a possible abortion. Um, there, there are no safeguards here. I mean, when the government comes knocking and they show a badge to those companies, they're just going to roll over. They're not going to defend your privacy rights. And I would go so far as to say that even purchasing menstrual products at a grocery store, if you have like some sort of a loyalty card, could probably end up being fed to the government. I mean, if you're going to be particularly paranoid, you might want to start purchasing those kinds of things with cash and cash only, so that there's no way to track them to you as a person, or even have your male friends or partners purchase them for you again with cash, so that there's no path of connection between the chain of evidence between the person using the product and the person that purchased it. Another idea it would be to start using reusable ones like Diva cups, and they make there's quite a few people on the internet that sell fabric reusable menstrual pads, from things that are just liners to full blown pads for your entire cycle. So why is an old white dude saying this? Well, an old white dude is saying this because there are guys that will listen to me that won't listen to women, and there may even be a few women who will hear this, who hadn't thought about this. And you're probably going to say, well, you're being paranoid, and guess what? I am. And at the moment, paranoia should be the state of mind that we're all in, because we have entered some horrible new realms of government intrusion into our lives in a way that we have not seen in a very long time. This is the kind of stuff that hasn't existed in America really since the McCarthy era, and it's terrifying. Um, and these could lead to women being prosecuted, charged with crimes, and they could be imprisoned. This could lead to women being charged civilly if their neighbors decide that they want to charge them for having an abortion, and they could actually, some places, you can go after someone if they have an abortion in your state. Doesn't make any sense to me either, but you can. They people can rat you out and then sue you for it. It's twisted. America is becoming a dystopian state where women are just considered to be extensions of the government's possession. So if you have those apps, get rid of them. Start using cash, and if possible, start using renewables. So that way it takes you completely off the, the radar, uh, to the government completely. So yeah, it's terrifying right now, folks. And I hate having to talk about this topic, but it may help somebody stay off a government's list.